Well, in this section, we are going to present an assessment of the impact of wildfires on air quality and in the pollutant emissions. In this session, that is in the context of forest monitoring, we are going to evaluate how the wildfires in the forests can affect the air quality. Well, to access the Python, the Jupyter notebooks contents, here in the web page of the course, you can find this tag where you can access to the web page where are stored the contents of Jupyter notebooks. In this page, you will find three buttons. One of them here in the left, and you will find information about how to get registration in WEkEO services, because you will need to be registered, as you will need the credentials of WEkEO to continue with this tutorial. And also you will get information about how to download this tutorial, the tutorial we are explaining today, and how to download this tutorial and install this tutorial in your computer, so you can get the information of this tutorial. For example, the functions we are developing in the tutorial, you can get that functions and translate to your homework. And in this middle button, you will get the access to the Jupyter Hub, where you can run the tutorial. When you access this button, probably you will be asked to select the server options. Keep in mind that you need to select the machine learning, and this will give you until this Jupyter environment. For example, here we can do this here. Here we have the web page of the workshop, and you can access this button to access the contents, and you will be redirected to this Jupyter environment, where you will find these regions in the, well, you can see different folders and this workspace, right? It's important to note that you will need to copy. The first step to run the tutorial is to copy the tutorial into your homework. For example, you can see here I have an example already copied called Training Forest Monitoring 2024 Run. And to have this folder in your homework folder, you will find it inside the folder public, WEkEO training. And here you will find the different trainings available for this period. And you will find this Training Forest Monitoring 2024. So to copy this folder inside your home folder, we will open a terminal here. You will need to open a terminal here. And just type cd and enter. Yeah. Just in case you are not in your home directory. And well, you can copy by right click, you can copy the path of this folder and type copy -rv, copy, and paste this text, yes, I got the path, and just finish the instruction with a dot. This dot is critical, so don't forget to include it. And after that, you push enter, and after that, when you go to your home folder, you will realize that there appear the new copy of the Training Forest Monitoring. Here you can see I have a tutorial already run, so you can enter on the tutorial and you will find this file, Training Forest Monitoring, IFNB, and you can double click on it to get access to to the tutorial. You can see here you get access to a tutorial in Jupyter format. This Jupyter format contains a mixing of documentation and also code cells. For example, here you can see the part of the documentation of the tutorial where we cover some sections like the introduction, how to access the WEkEO data, how to visualize climatic average values, and how to visualize values average during forest fires, and how to visualize anomaly values during forest fires, right? This is the table of contents and the topics we are going to we see in this tutorial. And here you can see the introduction with some information about the products that WEkEO products can provide information about wildfires, and some explanation of the data sets we are including in this tutorial. And for example, here you can see there is a cell code. These cell codes are devoted to be run by the user. So to run a cell code, you can select the cell and push this run button up here. As you can see, there is an asterisk, and after that, there appears a number, which is the identification number of the run. And well, this is made because you can also play to include some modifications in this cell code, so you can modify a little bit this tutorial. As you can see, the tutorial continues presenting the data we are working with. In this tutorial, we are working with we propose to work with two different Copernicus products. We are using the Copernicus atmosphere monitoring service of the global reanalysis, the product of the global reanalysis, the global biomass burning emissions based on fire radiative power. As you can see here, they are actually different products. For example, here, this is a global reanalysis, but this second product doesn't provide direct information of air quality. It provides information of emissions, of pollutant emissions, right? Well, here there is also information about the variables we are using. We are using different variables for both products. For example, as you can see here, for the analysis, we decide to work with variables integrated in the air cone. So we do not need to select a specific level to work. These variables are integrated. And in this case, we are using different variables that are actually fluxes because they are actually emissions due to wildfires. In this tutorial, we are focusing, well, we can back to the presentation. Well, this explanation here gives you how to copy. It's really important how to copy the tutorial in your home folder. And just when you entered the tutorial for first time, it is possible you will be asked to select what kernel do you want to use to run the tutorial. So when you are asked for that, you will need to select the WEkEO lab kernel, just in case you are asked for it. Well, as I said before, we are using two different data sets, this one and this other data set, the data set of the reanalysis data and the data set of fire emissions. And these data sets are in the tutorial downloaded by using the Harmonized Data Access API that was previously explained by Alexander. Alexander gives you the information about how to get the request of the request you need to use this API. So here, what we have done in this tutorial is to get one of these requests for one of these products, and we have pasted here the request, right? So you can get the request following the tutorial of Alexander's tutorial, and you can get the request there and paste her here and continue working and making the specific analysis, right? Well, as I said before, we are using two different products, the CAMS reanalysis and CAMS emissions. And in this tutorial, we are proposing 2+1 study cases, right? For example, since we want to analyze specific events of wild forests, we propose to work with two different wildfires in the Iberian Peninsula, occurred in the Iberian Peninsula, in the region of Pedrogao in Portugal, sorry, and the wildfire occurred in Losacio in Spain. This first wildfire occurred in 2016, and the Losacio wildfire occurred in 2022. But we also propose to the student, to everyone, to at the end of the tutorial, we also provide information to the student to translate this tutorial to run a third case, but this case is not focused in the Iberian Peninsula, it's focused in Greece. So we propose to make the same analysis for a region that for a wildfire occurred in the Greek region of Alexandropoli. That wildfire occurred in August 2023. So here we give you the information you need to change the code before. As I said before, you can change the code in the cell codes. So you can change the code before to run the tutorial focusing in the Greece event. Well, here I give you can find in this tutorial, for example, here we are working with the emissions data set, and for example, here we're working also for the Pedrogao air quality computed for the period of the wildfire of Pedrogao, so you can see how the air quality is affected in this region of Portugal and the Iberian Peninsula during this wildfire. But since there is computation of the mean is maybe a bit doesn't give so much information, we go to compute the anomalies of these 4 different pollutants here, and we compute the anomalies. So with this, we have more resolution to see or to evaluate the real impact of the wildfire during this period of the event in Pedrogao. But here, for example, I give you a quick view of the results you can get if you finally change the code to run the tutorial over the Greece region for the Alexandropoli wildfire. You will get these results. Actually, these results are the same maps. For example, here we have the average of air quality for these 4 pollutants in the period of the wildfire of Alexandropoli, and you can see here the area mainly affected by the wildfire here, also in carbon monoxide and nitrogen dioxide. Also, you can compute the anomaly of these variables. For example, here, having a better view with more resolution or contrast of this event. Well, this is all for this tutorial. I hope you find interesting information on it, and thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Alvaro, for your presentation. So it was a really nice presentation. So we have some questions for you. So The first one is about the option. So I read the question. I selected the option other than machine learning when accessing the Jupyter Hub. How do I change it? So I guess the other option is like Earth observation or something.
Yeah, well, the way to change that for me has worked to log out. You can find in the when you enter in the hub, in the file button, you can at the end of the list of commands in the file button, at the end you will find a logout option. So it's you can log out. Get again probably about what server do you want to run, but actually the machine learning, yeah, but the one is the server you need to select is the machine learning, because if I'm not wrong, in the Earth observations tool you won't have access to the kernel you need. So well, just log out and log in, but not by closing the window, but logging out by clicking on file and log out.
Okay, thanks. So we have kind of the two same question about, so this one about Jupyter tutorial. How do I accept the downloaded training forest monitoring file in Jupyter Hub? So you have to move it yourself, as you could say, but
How do I accept the downloaded training forest monitoring file?
I think it was downloaded directly on the computer, and it wants to be made on the Jupyter Hub. Yeah,
he wants to download this. Well, we can try to make an exercise in live, but I'm not sure if this is going to work. But if you want, I can share my screen. So, because to do that, you will need to work with the terminal. As we said before, the same terminal, we used it before. So I'll try to, do you want?
I think you can share now.
Yeah, well, as I said before, you can open a terminal. Here you have the folder you want to download. Okay. So you can compress this folder by using the command F. For example, this is a command to compress this tutorial. So you can use tar with these parameters. And here you include the name of the final file you are going to create and the name of the directory you want to download. So you can press enter. And here should appear a target file that you can, by right-clicking, you can download it to your computer. Fast and simple. From my point of view, that's the best way to download information from the Jupyter. We download the folder, okay.
I think you're muted.
Guys, you are muted, I think.
Thanks. Yeah, so yeah, I was saying you can run the tutorial also on your own computer, not necessarily on the Jupyter Hub, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's the other option in the workshop website. You have options to download the tutorial and run the tutorial in your own computer.
Yeah, okay. this question about, is it possible to compare the CAMS emissions to the wildfire emissions as reported according to the IPCC guidelines? If not, how can we compare them?
Well, this is quite a specific analysis. Yeah, I think it should be possible, but this seems to be a very specific analysis. But what is sure, you have the access to the TAMS emissions, and I think you should have access to the emissions reported by the IPCC.
Yes, I think they also explain.
The way to compare this is by using Python analysis, clearly, but I don't know what is the format of IPCC data, etc. So you can do it for sure, but
yeah, maybe also in the IPCC report and guidelines, they put the papers reference in it, and if you look at the papers, you can find exactly how they did their analysis, or something like that. Perhaps, I'm not sure. I guess so, but okay. So this one is about can I use my pre-installed in my laptop notebook version? So I don't know. For these exercises, I don't know if the number of the version is the Jupyter version or the laptop version. I don't know if you know by heart the version of that book, but
me neither. But for sure, what you are going to need for this tutorial is a Jupyter environment with the libraries we use in this tutorial. In this tutorial, we are using not very specific libraries, but maybe the most specific library we are using. Well, we are using NumPy, XRI, Matplotlib, and Cartopy as libraries for data analysis and plotting that are very common libraries actually in Python, in the world of Python. But for downloading data, you will need to install the HDA client. And well, in the help page of WEkEO and the Copernicus data, you will find information about how to download, how to install that API in your Python environment. Alexander, in his presentation, just explained a little bit how to access the Help Center, asking for information about how to install HDA. So this is the way you can access there. But well, I think for the version, probably is not a problem. I'm pretty sure, unless this version is very, very old version, that I don't think it's the case. The version of Jupyter won't be surely a problem. The problem or the question to install the Jupyter notebook in your own computer would be surely the creation of an environment that contains the libraries you are using.
Okay, thanks a lot. So this one question is about, could we access the Jupyter Hub in the future, even after today's workshop, as long as we have the WEkEO account? So normally you should be able to have access to the Jupyter Hub after the day of the event. I'm not sure for WEkEO, maybe there is a time limit, like for the Copernicus Marine one. I don't know if you know that, Alvaro.
Well, I don't know the politics in WEkEO about this, but I think, for example, in navigating through the WEkEO in the public folder in WEkEO, you can see two different trainings available in that public and WEkEO training folder. You can find the training for forest monitoring, that is a training for today's training, but you can also get access to the training vegetation 2023. That I think it's there since 2023. So well, it's probably the account of WEkEO is not going to be removed I think your account of WEkEO is going to be there
Yeah.
for you, for your use. And actually you have here in WEkEO a nice little laboratory where you can experiment with WEkEO data.
Okay, thanks. So yeah, I have the user support on the other side telling me that normally you can have full access to the Jupyter Hub even after the event, but there are maximum download authorized on it. So yeah, you might find yourself stuck with the download. Okay, so we had also this issue in my experiment with Python notebook yesterday. It failed on the HDA client search catalog step with 50 errors. Can I contact someone after the meeting for help? So which step? So HDA for the download of the data, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, well, surely you can get access in the WEkEO support in the WEkEO page, web page, the main WEkEO page. This is wekeo.eu. You will find a tab to get access to the support web page where you can go to the help center, and also you have a little button in the support web page. Get contact with the support team, so you will get information about it. That this tutorial has been tested, so I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's because of the maintenance we had. Maybe it was still having some issue until yesterday. So maybe it could be that the maintenance on the WEkEO website.
There is having some updates these days, and maybe I would that kind of 50 errors. It could be also, I don't know, but make sure that you are copying the tutorial. You are not allowed to run the tutorial inside the public folder. You have to access the folder and copy this tutorial into your home directory. So make sure that you are copying the tutorial in your home directory and running the tutorial inside your home directory.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So it's the first step. It's the first step of the tutorial actually. So having it in the right folder. Yeah.
And also selecting the good the correct server options. Just keep in mind that it's needed to select the machine learning server, because it's also another source of problems and errors.
Okay. Okay. Well, thanks a lot for this question. We will go to take a short break of like 10 minutes. So thanks again, Alvaro, for your presentation and the Q&A. We will see you again for the RStudio tutorial.
Yeah.
And yeah, well, see you everyone in 10 minutes.